Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly recap, the Pushing the Cushion weekly recap. Uh, I was the lone Pushing the Cushion member that showed his face at a racetrack. We'll talk about that on the podcast this week also. What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
Not too much.
Kind of a slow weekend, honestly. There was rain everywhere, all across the country.
Yeah, it went from 4 races to 1 real quick. So,
Abilene showed out, though. Abilene was a
I'm
good
pumped
time.
I'm pumped for Abilene and the car count. That's really good. I heard the racetrack was really good. Yeah. For the most part, racy. I heard from a couple guys that the bottom would work. It seemed pretty quick. The top's kind of weird, like we talked about the fifth turn and everything, but Abilene's really good. Like the corners open up real wide. It's kind of narrow still down the straightaway. 4 wide salutes there were pretty sketchy.
I think
Yeah.
I think they did a 3 wide this.
Yeah.
If they'd have done a 4 wide, there were only 18 cars. I say only 18 cars. That's the most that Abilene's
Probably the
gotten
most they've
since
had since
TSS days.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for them. It was a good show. A couple of pretty good rides.
That
Freaking
first
John
kid down in
Ricketts.
turn 1, man, I should know what that kid's name is.
Trevin Jordan.
Something
That was
like
a big
that.
ride down there in
12
turn
car,
1.
yeah.
There's not much of a fence and room back
No,
there from what
it's
I remember. Maybe the
Yeah,
tech
he
shed or
almost
something's right
had
over
it
there in
straight to
turn
the
It's like
1.
scales out of
it's like the
turn
scales,
1.
and then like 4 feet from there is the tech shed. And he looked like he just got into one, and I'm not sure who it was right in front of him, but he just Jimmy, you've had one of these moments like you didn't judge the guy in front of you very well, and so he got into the back of him pretty good.
Get 3 flips in, you think, "Am I crashing?"
I was
I think
on
I'm
the
crashing.
opposite end of the track during when that happened. So I saw the
that was a
aftermath.
that was a big spill.
The car left the track a whole lot shorter than it did when it rolled
Yeah.
onto the track. I
Took
hate
a
that
couple
for
of,
him.
as Jim calls it, a couple good cage checkers.
Yeah, but it was a good race. Pushing the cushion zone, John Ricketts ran away with it. There were a couple of
Yeah,
contenders.
so
DJ Estes.
I'm glad his motor issues, I guess, weren't serious, or I don't
Yeah.
know.
No curse.
I haven't talked to him. Yeah.
The Corby curse.
You know, it
No
looked
more.
pretty bad at Kennedale. It was a big puff.
Mhm.
Thought something was pretty catastrophic, but evidently not, or they, I know they do their own motor work, so maybe it was a long
His
week
dad's
and
pretty salty with a motor.
Well, it showed the last few weeks. That's the second
Yeah.
win. What are we 2, 3, 4 weeks into this, and that's John Ricketts' second
yeah.
win.
4 races.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's off to a flying start.
Chad Wilson had a
Wh-
pretty good run going, and he was trying to be incognito in the
Made
Bolden
a guest
car.
appearance in the
Yeah.
B2.
He looked really
I guess
good.
Bolden-
Landon Venezuela looked really good. Super
Yeah.
pumped for him.
He's
Who's
been
that?
fast.
Oh, Landon Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
real
And
fast.
then,
I got a chance to talk to him for a little while after the race. Said he felt
Yep.
really good. I think things are starting to slow down for him, making good
That's the biggest
decisions.
thing. It should all happen slow. And
Yeah.
it doesn't many times in many moments.
There
But
wasn't
it should all be slow.
Mine's still happening at light speed, so
with cars coming straight at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were
What,
4 or 5 contenders. DJ Estes might have had something for John Ricketts. Chad Wilson might have had something for John Ricketts.
Of course,
and-
the old dog Kevin Ramey. He's always always good.
He was
anywhere.
up there, and I just looked at the results. You said him and DJ got together.
Yeah.
Kerbo.
Yeah, Wilson was charging and tagged a tractor tire, and I heard from a couple of different people that possibly because of all the rain, when he hit that tractor tire, a bunch of water sloshed around, and when DJ came through there, he washed up into Kevin. Unfortunately, Kevin got the worst end of that deal. So
yeah, looked like he DNF'd, and then DJ came back and I think still ran 8th or 9th or something like that.
Do you have the plus minuses? I know Kevin Rutherford was. I think he got hard charger. I think he was 7 plus 7.
I joked and I texted, because he was starting 16th. I said if he, goes hard charger plus 10 or more, he could be a guest on the podcast. And I think he was a couple short.
He was charging though.
What did he
I'm
do?
sure I'm sure his charge was purely based on a push in the cushion appearance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't have
he
nothing to do
was
with the text
he
I
was
sent
only
him.
plus 7.
Yeah.
So,
There were a
plus 7's a
couple
good run.
there were a
Zane
couple plus
Lawrence was
sixes.
plus 6.
Yeah.
Cool to
Yeah,
see Zane back in the car, back in the 305. I know he ran a midget a couple times this year. And it's good. I always enjoyed racing with Zane.
I saw he was peddling a factory stock for sale today. So
Hmm.
good for him to upgrade his life and get back in where he's supposed to be.
He still rips in a
No
midget
offense
too.
to the door slammers, but
Ah,
sprint car snobs here at pushing the cushion.
It was a good time.
What
I'm
time did you
always
get home, Kerbo?
uh I got home somewhere after 3:30ish. Uh I cleared the old schedule for Sunday though, so I slept late. And then I tried to
Nice
take a nap.
NASCAR nap.
I tried to
Yeah.
take a nap, but yours truly over there just started hammering my phone. He didn't take no for an answer. So after the third call, literally in a row, I answered.
well, it's tough too. Abilene is one of the few places that doesn't have any form of streaming of any kind, and so I saw a couple of videos, but nothing like in depth of what would have happened and who crashed, and um, but I needed to know. I needed to know some details, Kerbo, like like post race dinners and stuff like that.
Why would you call me for details? The
You're
fact,
gonna answer.
just the,
Rutherford has a whole family in like church, and I'm sure he was at church because he doesn't miss church. He's that good of a guy.
I missed church. I was
I'm
asleep.
sure you didn't.
What's coming up,
uh,
Jim? We got I know we have KSP this weekend, and who else did I see? Maybe
so
105.
there's 410s racing in Ennis this weekend.
Yes.
The
Yep.
Power I 410 series runs Friday and Saturday night down
Heard
at
Ryder
Big
McClain will
O
be there,
Speedway
so
in Ennis.
yep.
Hopefully they get a good turnout. Hopefully the racetrack's good, and hopefully it's a good, successful program for them. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. I don't think Houston's running. I don't think 105's running. And then High Limit's in town next week. So,
I saw
uh,
Lawton's running I'm gonna get it wrong. Sport, sprint, something.
Champs friends.
That one.
yeah,
I don't
so
even know what that
that's a
is.
mixture of 305s and two barrel 360s.
Yep.
They're big in Oklahoma,
Yep.
but
Built the
that's
same?
that.
But it would. I
No,
mean, I think that Eagle's on right now. This
yep,
place is gnarly.
they got it juiced up too.
I think that
It's rowdy.
yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna do
talk
some
about it
live
more.
streaming about that on the main
Yeah.
podcast. But let's wrap up this recap with the national tours. High Limit only got one show in at Lucas Oil Speedway. Kerry Madsen was the
The old
winner.
dog.
They're at Arrowhead next Tuesday.
Yep.
Up there, the little quarter mile. The Outlaws got rained out Friday night and Saturday night, but they ran Hobstadt, Indiana. Great little racetrack.
Pretty wild last lap.
It's yeah,
What a
Buddy
great
Kofoid's
race.
3 feet under the
Yeah.
infield tires, and then hits one and bucks it up and turns right, and him and Sunshine got together, and Sunshine ends up winning. Hobstadt's super cool. It's basically Kennedale, but the track is like mulch.
Yeah.
Like there's literally wood chips in it, and the farmers down there that own the track really take care of it, and it's super juiced up, and you can ride wheelies, but it gets super slick, and it's actually when you walk out on the track, it's like this mulch. It's crazy, and it's just a real unique place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was a hell of a race. It always
Yeah.
is there. They go to the Outlaws are at Knoxville Friday and Saturday. And I'm sure they're going to have a huge car count because High Limit's off until Tuesday. All the big teams are in the Midwest there. So, and USAC midgets at Kokomo this week,
Gotta love some midgets of Kokomo.
going to be wild. They probably won't get a ton of cars, but the cars they get it on.
Oh, yeah.
So, good streaming options. Our weather's a little dicey here during the week. It's supposed to get maybe a little better.
It was
Hopefully
pretty bad
Kennedale
today.
gets
We got a
in.
lot.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
rained all day
So,
today. We'll see what happens
yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
join us for the Push and the Cushion Garage Beers 2.0, or
that's right.
Shop Beers. Sorry,
Volume
Shop
2.
Beers Volume
Yeah.
2 tonight. Depending on when you listen to this, you'll hopefully hear us live streaming some high limit races. As
Yep.
always, thanks for joining us. We'll do it again next week.